Now let's look at the parameter section and how to get input from the user and how to utilize user input in our template. So I'll go to CloudFormation and let's click on Design Template. And I'm going to select YAML and click on the Template tab. So we'll extend our template that we had created in the previous section and get the key name or the key pair from the user. So over here, I've pasted or extended our template and added this section. And the rest is same as the previous section. And what does this section do? There's a tag called or the key called parameters. And it has this key name. Basically, that's our again logical representation. Like we have our EC2 instance over here and instance security group over here. We have key name and then the description, and the type is the AWS EC2 key pair key name. So it will create a drop down for us with all the keys that we have in our account. Other thing you could do is have different inputs like the region, VPC, subnets, and using the type over here in the input parameter, it makes sure that it creates a drop down and the user doesn't input anything. So let's see what happens. So all we have done is just added this section with the type key name. So I'm going to refresh the designer, validate my template. The template is valid and now we're going to create a stack. So it will upload the template to this S3 location, and you can check that in your S3. It will create a S3 bucket and click next. And here you see this parameter section is added now with the key name, and you'll get a drop down list of all your keys that you use to SSH to your EC2 instance. So in this case, I have selected the one that I have created. And good thing is it won't let you select something else. So when you click next and create your stack, your EC2 instance will be created with this key name. So you don't have to manually give the key name to your CloudFormation template. So what I mean is we go back to our template section. So we didn't have save it, so we'll have to paste it again. So if you see over here, we have this logical name key name. So here, what I could do is use the reference of this key name. So instead of our hard-coded key name, we can utilize the user input over here. So this key name is being referred over here. So instead of our hard-coded key name, we are utilizing the user input. We validate our template. First we'll refresh, validate the template is valid. We'll create a stack out of it. So now the create is in progress, and once our EC2 instance is created, we'll see that it will have the key name as the one we had selected from the dropdown. So our stacks is create complete. We can go to EC2 to the instances, and as you can see over here, the key pair name is the one we had selected. Now let's see another way to take input from the user. So over here in the parameter section, we already have this key name block from our the input video. Now we'll add another block called key name input. So over here the description is enter the key name, so it will prompt the user with this text, enter the key name. Default is in Virginia, so we're providing default value to the input. So over here, instead of a drop down, it will show a text box. Type is string. You can also have number, and the minimum length is 1, max is 10. So the user will not be allowed to enter more than 10 characters. And the allowed pattern, we can define the pattern over here. So it's basically, you can enter a character, an alphabetic character, and it repeats multiple times. So that's how you can accept an input from a user. So in the parameters section, this is how you accept input from a user, where you can do validations and things like that. If you go refresh our template and it says template is valid, I'm going to launch our stack, click next. So over here you see our key name, the label is there from the first section with the drop down, and over here this is our another label, and the default is North Virginia. You can, it's our key name, that's what I have. You can change it to my key if you have another key. So, and then here is the description, and we can click next, but let's enter some characters. So it should fail the validation, but it won't show it right now, but it will show us right before it's trying to create a stack. So we have entered some string characters which should fail the validation. So I'm going to enter the stack name, click next, click create, and it's showing that it's not matching the pattern. So we have given a pattern where it should match just the characters, so it should have multiple characters, only alphabets. So that's how you can do error validation. So you can have multiple inputs this way, and it's just not restricted to keys. You can have AMI ID inputted from the user, security groups, almost everything you can have the user input taken, and you don't have to hard code or have a static template. You can have a dynamic template where you can take inputs from the user for different resources, and that's how you can create some dynamic templates. Another thing to note over here is there is another property that you could use, and it's called no echo. And if it's true, basically it will not display the user input on the screen. So it's like when you want to get a password or something like that, you can use no echo as true. So let's see what happens. So I'm going to create a stack out of our template, click next, and you can see over here that it's showing asterisk instead of the key. So whatever you type, it will actually show an asterisk or a bunch of asterisks. So that's where you can use no echo true property.